Chapter 3, Extended Version, The Echo Years, Kristy Ella stories, fictional stories inspired by real-life lessons. Looking back, I can see now how many of the moments I thought were just life were actually echoes of that one classroom sentence, the first moment I started drifting from myself. At the time, I didn't notice it. I just lived quietly, cautiously, trying not to take up too much space. I didn't raise my hand in class. I didn't speak up at work. I didn't ask for help when I needed it most. I didn't go after opportunities that frightened me. I became the safe one in relationships. The one who said yes when she wanted to say no. The one who laughed off her own needs. The one who apologized for things she didn't even do. People thought I was humble, thoughtful, selfless, but the truth was simpler and heavier. I didn't believe I deserved to exist fully. I had folded myself into the edges of every room I entered. Then one evening, decades later, someone I loved gently said something that felt like a mirror. "Why do you always shrink yourself? I feel like you disappear, even when you're right beside me." I laughed it off. I joked. I brushed it away. But later, sitting alone in my quiet living room, with the weight of the day still on my shoulders, I couldn't shake it. I thought about every time I'd said yes, because I was too afraid to say no. Every time I'd held back laughter or tears, or swallowed my own ideas, just to keep the peace. Every moment I'd let someone else's opinion decide how much of me could exist in the world. I realized then, in a slow, painful way, that I had spent decades shrinking to avoid disappointment, shrinking to avoid conflict, shrinking to protect a fragile belief I had carried since I was 9. And in that quiet night, I asked myself a question I had never dared to ask before. What if the story I've been living isn't my truth? What if I don't have to shrink anymore? What if I can start to take up space just for me? It wasn't sudden, it wasn't a lightning bolt or even a grand revelation. It was quiet, like a river slowly carving a new path in the dirt. But it was enough to make me notice that the drift isn't only about relationships, it's about the distance we put between ourselves and the people we love, and the distance we put between ourselves and who we really are. I remembered the nights I stayed up worrying about being too much or not enough. I remembered the missed chances, the silent dreams, the things I never said, the chances I never took. And for the first time, I felt a small spark of something I hadn't felt in years: permission. Permission to exist fully, permission to take space, permission to begin again, even if slowly. And that, I realized, is the real lesson. The drift begins quietly, almost imperceptibly. But the choice to return to yourself, to honor who you are, to let yourself be seen, that choice can start at any moment. No matter your age, no matter the mistakes, no matter the years you feel lost. It's never too late to stop shrinking. Thank you for sitting with me, for listening, and for following this story. My stories are fictional based on shared stories and real-life lessons. Life Stories by Kristy Ella. As we reach the end of this journey, let's take a moment to pause and reflect. Every chapter, every quiet realization has led us here, to a place of deeper understanding, not just about this story, but about our own lives as well. The paths we walk may be different, but the questions we face, the truths we discover, and the courage it takes to move forward. Let my journey remind us that it's okay to look back, to question, and to seek new directions. Before you go, I invite you to think about your own story. It's okay to have years you feel lost. What insights have you gained? What chapter are you living right now? Take a moment to honor your journey, the struggles, the lessons, and the hope that carries you forward. Thank you for being part of this story. Until next time, keep reflecting, keep growing, and never stop searching for your own insights. I am Kristy Ella. Thank you for joining me.